Fine. So let's go ahead. It's about the congruency. Now, what is this congruency, and what do we mean by congruent objects? Like, see, if you put your palms over each other, they are completely superimposable over them, right? Similarly, like if you have a 1 rupee coin and you can place two different coins, two 1 rupee coins over each other, they can completely superimpose over each other, right? So, literally, the term congruency means like superimposable, means exactly same, right? This is superimposable. Fine. Like, let's say I have two circles like this one, fine, and I have another circle, it's like this one also, fine. You can see here that both these circles are of same radius. That means if you put one circle over another, they will be able to superimpose each other. And so we can say that these two circles are congruent to each other, right? So, like in case of triangles, we have a couple of rules which actually help us to identify that whether two triangles are superimposable over each other or not, or in other words, these are the rules which help us to identify whether the two given triangles are congruent to each other or not. Okay, so now let's try to understand these laws, and before that we have, let's have two different triangles. Okay, now let's say these are A, B, C, P, Q, R, right? And as I've already told you that this side should be small a, this side should be small b, this side should be small c, this is small p, this is small q, and this is small r, right? So now the first rule of congruency is S, 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 right? This stands for side, side, and side, right? And this says that in case all the three sides are equal to their corresponding shape, then these two triangles will be considered to be equal. So let's say if small a equals to small p, small b equals to small q, and small c equals to small r. This actually implies that if BC equals to QR, if AC equals to PR, if AB equals to PQ, in that case we can consider that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Remember that the sign I have used over here, this is the sign for congruency, right? And every time whenever you prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other, in bracket you are supposed to specify like how these triangles are congruent to each other, by which rule or by which axiom or by which property, that you have to specify over here, right? So these two triangles are congruent to each other with SSS congruency theorem. All right, this is first method. Similarly, we can have one more congruency rule. In fact, we have a few more as well, but that we will discuss later. So now let me check out for another one. Okay, and this is, let's say again, let's make it ABC only. This is A, B, C. We have P, Q, R. All right. Now this time I'm going to discuss a rule that is SAS. Let me write it for you. That is SAS. This stands for side angle side. Side angle side, right? Now remember one thing that's very important actually, most of the students get confused on this point, that the angle that you are going to consider over here, it should be included angle. Remember this word included angle, and I'll explain you about that. This is included angle. Fine. Now this says that if AB equals to PQ and BC equals to QR, then we have to consider the angle which is in between these two lines only, like this. Alright, that means if angle B equals to angle Q, then only we can say that this triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Alright, so let me help you out on this. Let's say AB equals to PQ, right? BC equals to QR, and angle B equals to angle Q. In that case only, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Alright, and that's too by the property SAS. Is that clear so far? Any question, any doubt?
No, sir.
All right, that's great. Now let me tell you a very interesting property over here. So far, I told you about two different theorems or two different properties of congruency of these two triangles. These are interchangeable. That means if two triangles are congruent by SAS, then automatically their third side will also be equal to each other. If two triangles are congruent to each other by SSS, then it will definitely mean that their corresponding angles will also be equal. Let me help you out on this. See, I told you that these two triangles are congruent with the help of SAS. That means AC will be equal to PR, right? Thus AC, because what I told you that these two triangles are superimposable over each other, right? Like if you can put this triangle over this PQR, it will get superimposed over that, right? Then automatically it should be of same side. The side should be of same length as well, right? So what you have to write over here, that you have to write the CPCT. CPCT stands for corresponding part of congruent triangle, because side is a corresponding part, right? So this is a corresponding part of congruent triangles. Similarly, if you look at here, this angle B will be equal to angle Q. Let me write it. This angle B will be equal to angle Q. Why? All because of corresponding part of congruent triangle. Similarly, angle C equals to angle R. Why? Because of corresponding parts of congruent triangle. This is CPCT. Similarly, angle A equals to angle P. Once again, because of corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Some people may also say that like these are the common parts of congruent triangle. So more or less, it's not at all going to be problematic for you. Just mention it CPCT. All right. So far, so good. Any question, doubt?
No, sir.
All right, that's great. So now I want you to note it down, and after that, we'll start working on a couple of examples as well. And fine. So now let's start with an example. Just note down a question that is ABCD is a quadrilateral. ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AB equals to BC, AB equals to BC, and AD equals to CD, and AD equals to CD. Show that BD bisects both the angles ABC and ADC. ABC and ADC. Now let me draw the figure first of all. All right. Then this is A, B, C, and D. All right. Now, let me tell you how you are supposed to approach to this problem and how you are going to solve it accordingly. Okay. Now, the first point what you have to write is write the data whatever is given to you. Fine. According to the question, you have AB equals to AC. This is the first point. Similarly, AD is given to you as equal to CD. Alright. Now, next point is, let's say you have joined B and D, and now you have to prove that. Before going ahead, let me put some mark on this. Like, as we have already seen, this will be helpful to you while solving a particular question. Now it is clearly visible to you that AD is equal to CD and AB equals to AC, right? Now you have to prove that this angle equals to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle. Alright, then only you can consider that BD is a bisector of triangle ABC as well as triangle ADC. So what you can do is, like, in order to ease your task, you can name them like 1, 2, 3 and 4. Alright, just name them these as a triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can specify that also. Now, next statement that what you have to write is to prove. Remember that, like, you will be writing all these statements during your assignments also. Now, you have to mention, what you have to do is, like, angle 1 equals to angle 2 and angle 3, this should be equal to angle 4. Alright. Now, let's start the proof. See how we can proceed over this question. See, consider triangle ADB and triangle BCD. Fine. In these triangles, we can see that as per the given situation, this AB equals to BC. This is given to you. Right? In the same manner, AD is equals to CD, that's also given to you. That is also given to you. Fine. Now, if you look at this BD, BD is a line which is common in both these triangles, right? BD is, like, if I put some color code on these triangles, BD is common on this triangle as well, and BD is common on this triangle as well, right? So we can straightforward go ahead and write that BD equals to BD, and that's common. Fine. And so you can easily guess it, like all these three sides are equal. So this simply states that triangle A D B is congruent to triangle B C D, right? By which theorem? By using SSS, congruency theorem, right? Now if these two triangles are congruent, let me clear this space. If these two triangles are congruent, it means they are congruent by other means also. Rest of their corresponding parts are also equal. They should also be equal. So that's why we can say that angle 1 equals to angle 2 by which property? That's by CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. And in the same manner, we have angle 3 equals to angle 4, that's again by CPCT. Fine. And that is what we are supposed to prove, right? That means it clearly says that BD is bisector of angle ADC and angle ABC. Fine. And at the end of this proof, you can simply go ahead and write QED, that is quad adverse demonstration. That means you have, with a complete demonstration, you have proved whatever you are supposed to. Is that clear so far?
Yes, sir.
That's great. So just go ahead and copy this answer. I'll copy the solution as well, and let me know once it is done.